All right. Hello everyone who decided to join me for this experimental stream. Please pay attention to the fact that it's a test only. It's experimental stream. I'm absolute noob when it comes to streaming because I'm not sure that my system here has a capability, has a sufficient amount of throughput, sufficient amount of latency and everything else to kind of allow me to record anything worthy of you watching it. But I might just be positively surprised and maybe we will all have a little bit of fun here and perhaps you will enjoy this. If you do enjoy this, please let me know, as you have been with me every step of the way, as I joined kind of Final Fantasy XIV community and started playing the game a little bit, migrating from World of Warcraft. Again, this is just an experiment, so please don't judge the content, don't judge the quality harshly. But let me know in the comments down below, especially let me know if you have done something similar and if you have used OBS, Open Broadcast Software, as a setup to have a stream of the highest possible quality. So do let me know if you have suggestions of how can I make it better, how can I make it, you know, the most enjoyable and, you know, as I said, better for you, for everyone. All right, without further ado, let's just jump into Palace of the Dead, as today I am leveling one of my alt jobs that I have very much interest in right now, and this happens to be Summoner. Spoiler alert, Summoner. This is not a guide, this is not even an overview of the class. This is just me learning the ropes and getting preview of abilities, of level 60 abilities of the class that at the moment in fact is only level 31. And I do apologize for any background noise because the members of the household have not been notified that I'm going to be testing the live stream. Normally when I'm recording something, I do ask people to stop banging in the background. So apologies if any of that sound comes through, okay? This is just I guess the side effects of the streaming. I don't have a fully soundproof setup over here. I don't know how many of us do unless people are professional streamers, and I certainly am not far from it. Alrighty. Very much hoping that the environment, the whole quality of the thing is going to be okay for you. Do let me know if you want some music in the background and all that kind of stuff. I think I have the setup as it goes normally. Let's just jump into this. I will only do one run for this stream. First of all, we'll reset the progress. This is the slot that I'm using for Palace of the Dead for my Summoner. So I'm going to reset this progress in order to be able to start once again afresh from the bracket of 51 to 60. As thanks to you, my friends, not even some, but many of you have told me that this is the best slot of Palace of the Dead where most people are queuing for when they level their alt jobs. So I'm testing the stream, but I'm not testing the method because the method has been proven to work fine. I know that this method works really well. So that's what I'm going to do. I know it works really well. I get at this bracket and see the queue pops up like this. So it's a fantastic method, I think, for DPS, primarily for DPS. Yes, I heard you also on many occasions that leveling a tank job or a healer is much easier when I am doing this in dungeons, just running dungeons. I also happen to have here the overlay, testing the overlay for the chat. So I very much need to check here whether it comes through. No, it does not come through in the stream. I don't think it does. I don't think in the stream I have the chat overlay, but I can see chat overlay now in the game, which is fantastic. So I'll be able to actually respond to you, my friends, and say something here as well if I can. Oh yes, Frostza, hello my friend, hello. My goodness, this works. How is it coming on your end? Is it laggy? Is it not? Can you hear me well? Is it lagging too much? Like what's happening? Yes, I got Summoner, yes. And props to you, my friend, for being the first one who helps me test this. That is fantastic for me, fantastic, mate. Hello, Jack. How are you, my friend? If either of you could tell me if the quality is alright, or if it's like horrible or not, if it's acceptable for streaming, because I'm really a streaming noob when it comes to that. And then I can concentrate a little bit of not looking horrible to you. Really good quality. Oh, Frosta, I'm so happy to hear that, my friend. I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, So if you don't mind a little rant, no lag, good sound. Hello, Berry Ledo. I apologize for horribly pronouncing your name. It is not me trying to mock it. It's just, you know, me trying to read it. Okie dokie. So Summoner. Why Summoner? Summoner because I happen to, yes, I spoke to you in the previous videos and I said that I love tanking, right? So I do love tanking. But my secret other passion when it comes to DPS is to be as lazy, unapologetically lazy as possible. And how is that achieved, my friends? Well, in Path of Exile, for example, which is another wonderful game, in Path of Exile it's achieved by playing with totems. There are summoner builds in Path of Exile which are fantastic. I freaking love them. But totems are even better because totems you just put you just put them. I want to cover chat boxes. Yeah, spoken rule. Okay, mate. Okay, very good idea. But do you see many chat? You can only see a bit of it, don't you? You can. Oh no, you can see everything, don't you? You can see right now everything. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Do I still have that overlay or not? Here, that is supposed to be covering. No, I don't. Okay, you know what? It's a good point for a start, and I am going to. This is a very short stream. This is like hello to my people and just testing the quality, right? But if you like this, if you think that this is an opportunity for us to comment, for you to get a little bit to know me, I'll respond to you instantly in real time like this. I am going to invest a little more time. I'm going to put on overlays here, cover up the chat boxes. Appreciate your advice. Thank you for that. Right, summoners. So I love summoners because they allow me to play fairly passively, yet pose a substantial amount of threat to the mobs wherever. You know, I just like pet classes and summoner classes generally. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. I mentioned briefly totems. Totem builds work for me as well, especially in Path of Exile. There are no such thing as totem builds here, you know, in these kind of games. But totem builds, they are similar to summoner builds, except there is no active management of your pet or your beast or your demon or whoever else you have created. Hello, my friend, the MK. I'm not going to pronounce the first part of your name. Hello. Very nice for you to pop in. That is why, long story short, I'll stop ranting, although I guess streams are for ranting. I guess ranting is acceptable. That's why Summoner was always on my radar. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do Summoner here as early as I can, okay? And I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it so far. I am. What is a little confronting is just how many buttons there are to deal with. Like, there are just so many abilities, it's not even funny. And look, I played all classes and all specs in World of Warcraft, and yeah, a lot of them have a lot of buttons as well. But it kind of is, it's enjoyable in terms of the beasts, the pets, the demons doing a lot of dirty work for me. It's enjoyable from that perspective. But from the perspective of having to, you know, activate each ability and so on and so forth, I guess it's a little, you know, labor intensive. It's labor intensive, let's call it that. However, like I already said, labor intensive doesn't mean that it's unenjoyable. I actually think it's quite enjoyable. I like it. And again, not to create a separate video comparing, I suppose, Summoner to Warlock. I would say that very similar feel of the classes. Yeah, mate, for a start, I'm not quite sure what 2-minute rotation mean. If you're talking about the fact that there is some ability, which I'm still learning the abilities, okay? I'm still learning the abilities. And yes, there is one of them that is on a very low cooldown. If you mean that rotation starts and ends with that ability, then yes, you're right. 2-minute rotation is pretty damn full on. But you know what? In this not competitive mode, what that I mean, I'm not trying to prove any mega DPS to anyone, but I already see that I have a potential for massive burst here. Like, because everything is instant, there are 2 or 3 abilities that I can line up. I actually think that even without understanding fully that 2-minute rotation, I can do all right. Monk is short for monk. Yes, monk is short for monk. That is wonderful. No, do not apologize. This is your choice, and we don't judge around here. This is not to me. No, mate. It's all good. It's all good. But if I started to pronounce it, people would think that I'm swearing. All right. All right. Where is our friend here? Palace of the Dead is an interesting, mind-numbing experience so far, and I don't mean it in a bad way. I mean that it's kind of like, it's like a, metaphorically speaking, it's like a specific utensil you have at your dining table. Bear with me. What I mean by that is that you use the right tool for the right job. So it's kind of like, it's fairly mind-numbing and kind of not something I'd like to use all the time as a method to level or to play or to have fun in the game. But for these purposes of like catching to level 50, where I'd like to be before I hit Heaven's Ward, yeah, I think it's an acceptable, pretty brain dead method of like playing. I like having fun like this. And at the same time, if for example this stream works out, and if you know, guys and girls, if you enjoy this, I might do more of this in a slightly more dedicated way, and we'll talk about a specific topic here. I'll make it a little less ranty and more interesting for you, I guess. At least I try to. Yeah, I think for that type of gameplay, kind of uninvolved gameplay, I don't need to like full on, right? For that type of stuff, I think Palace of the Dead is actually good content. So yes, massive burst window, Frosta. Yeah, I will not demonstrate anything because you clearly know more about this than I do. But to prove the point, to prove your point, I'll show actually the opening on that kind of stuff when we hit the boss, which we should hit soon enough. Where are we right now? I was talking and I didn't pay attention. Where is it? Come on, load. 55. Ah, halfway. That's all right. We'll be there soon enough, but let me just see something. Problem with these massive bursts and problem with any of this rotation is that when you just pull mobs like this, right? When you pull mobs like this, they die too fast. They die too fast for any particular rotation to take place, man. You know? Boom, 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 boom. I'm practically mashing buttons here. And I'm quite enjoying it. One or not yet? Is it still going or is it not? Because I, as a noob, I do not know how to suddenly mute myself and how to suddenly turn off the screen. So I had to cover up the camera in a noobish most way because someone walked into the room and started talking to me because they didn't know that I'm on this test stream. Apologies, my dear friends. Apologies for that. I hope no harm was done. Up until very recent time, I actually had some issues with my, not issues, but kind of high latency on my internet connection because I had a broadband, but I had a broadband that was Wi-Fi based. That was, you know, one of those 5G based, and that didn't allow me to stream. But now I'm on cable. I'm on actually cable one. And cable allows me to do this kind of stuff, I think, if you say that it's all right. Yeah, Monk, like somebody told me about Heaven on High. Somebody told me about that many times as I was trying to like review my early impressions of Palace of the Dead, and I was, you know, I was all over the place in terms of, I'm a newbie to Final Fantasy XIV. I never pretended to be an expert, still not. But I was sharing my impressions as I went along. It was fun for me. A lot of you were supportive of this, but a lot of people told me, mate, wait until you figure it out, and Heaven on High is going to be also interesting for level 60 plus. So, yeah. Exactly, you're right about abilities. I actually enjoy the fact that when I try classes, when I try jobs, which is basically what I'm doing now, I wanted to, in case you didn't, like either of you have not caught up, any of you have not caught up yet to those comments to some of my videos where I actually expressed that thought. What I'm doing now is this. My white mage is stuck at level 52-ish, where I thought I finished ARR, but as people told me, I haven't yet. Okay, fine. And I'm trying to level an alt job that I would like to take further. And at the moment, it looks like Summoner might be it, but I will see, I'm kind of on the edge of it being a bit too complex. I think it will be too overwhelming, but we will see how it goes. Soloing, yes. I tried soloing stuff too. It was horrible. Because I was white mage who didn't know what he was doing. Yeah, you saw that video, maybe. So what happened? So Monk, tell me what happened with Shadowbringers, because I'm catching up, right? I didn't know any of that history. So Shadowbringers did not add a new equivalent of Palace of the Dead. Is that what you mean? In terms of that you were disappointed that Shadowbringers didn't have the same approach? Hey Arseny, привет my friend. I can only assume that you speak my native language that I used to speak for a lot of my life before I immigrated. So very warm welcome to you. Thank you very much for the warm feedback. Yes, enjoying Palace of the Dead, and yes, I suspect that rotations and everything else I will have trouble with in Palace of the Dead. I already can tell. Mainly thanks to the fact that everything flows so fast. I'm basically just running right now after the people who are carrying me through. And it's just because people are nice and I'm talking to you guys and girls. I assume there are guys and there are girls, trying to be inclusive here. So yeah, from that perspective, no question, it probably would be hard, yeah. Oh yes, Monk, that's what I thought. Shadowbringers did not add a new deep dungeon. Got it. Got it. It's a shame. Do we know anything about Deep Dungeon being added in Endwalker or not? Because I'm only barely jumping on top of the news. What does Shadowbringers have for leveling jobs over 71? Frosta? Alright, so they implemented a new zone that's main purpose is for relic, but it just happens to be suitable for leveling. Good to know. Thank you very much as always. All learning experience for me. As you can see, I'm so far from it at the moment that I think all this knowledge will come. But it's good to, why I like these kind of little assertions, little things that you tell me in the comments to videos here, is because every normal human being, I think, likes to have something to look forward to, right? And this helps me to look forward to something. Hey, is the sound of the game, of the spells, of everything else, is that coming through, or only my voice is coming through to you? That is more you helping me test the technical capabilities and setup that I have. And do you want the sound of the game, by the way, if you watch this ever? Or is it mostly about me ranting? I'm just thinking that when I don't talk, it gets a little boring for you to just watch what's happening on the screen, right? Cool, Froststar, thank you for the further insight there. Appreciate that you are trying to not spoil too much for me, because it's all yet to come. You know, I don't want to know too much, but you know, it is it's important, I guess, for me to have some idea of what's going on. Alright, Froststar, stand by. Let me just change something. Let me turn on desktop audio as well. I just turned on desktop audio. Let me know, Froststar, if anything changes now when we start, especially shooting spells and everything. If the sound of the game starts coming through. I just changed something in the streaming software. Let's see if that makes any difference. And this way, nicely, we got to the boss. And boss, my friends, yeah! You know why I'm not a streamer? Why I'm mostly just like a casual guy who plays, like records videos, connects with you like this. I enjoy this. I enjoy this immensely, by the way, this talk and this spontaneous stream. So I love that you jumped on. But why I'm not a streamer is because apparently to be a successful streamer, well, first of all, you need to be able to show up right on time, exactly when this can happen. Oh, thanks, Sivi. So you can hear music, that's good. First of all, you need to show up right on time. And second of all, correct me if I'm wrong, but majority of those people, they like have to be so animated and ooh, boss, ooh. Like, I'm not like that, okay? I'm just not like that. I like having fun, you know, I think I have a sense of humor and all that. But at the same time, man, oh man, it's just so not my crowd. I can't imagine myself like looking from the side like this, ooh, so animated, whatever. Or maybe I'm just overthinking it. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Right? Tell me if I am. Tell me if this is the tone and if this is the. Don't forget that we're testing this format for my channel right now. It's not a normal content for me, okay? The game sound is subtle. Well, you want it subtle, right? You don't want it too loud. And you hear the boom, 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 right? The spells a little bit. Just so that you have a bit of something in the background rather than just me talking. You know what's interesting? In my settings here, as far as sound comes from the speakers, I do not hear the music, so I'm glad you do. Alright. You know what the problem is? I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat that I'm typing in because my overlay of the chat window of YouTube stream is now overlaying the chat in the game. So I can't be polite and say to my people here in the group, thank you very much everyone, GG. Because that's what I do. Thank you, Frosta. Love to hear that you're enjoying this. Hello, Ashes of Chaos. Not sure if we have spoken in the comments. If we have not, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yes, and I love, so speaking of veterans of the games, you know, Final Fantasy XIV versus World of Warcraft, I love the fact, I said it many times, I don't want to keep saying it, but at the same time, I feel like I speak to new people quite often. First of all, it's kind of a new perspective on the game, and I have not felt so welcome in the community in a long time, And, you know, I'm a solo player, I'm a casual, it's not like, I said, I'm not a streamer, I'm not someone who, like, tries to create these hordes of people, whatever. It's just nice, I think, especially in this kind of lockdown situation that happens all over the world. I think it's healthy and nice for us to do this once in a while. And this turns out to be, it wasn't a social experiment for me, but it ended up being one. So I joined this community. You guys and girls have been amazing to me so far. Like, I was very lucky. The game is great. I'm enjoying the game. I am enjoying Final Fantasy XIV. Haven't seen even anything that I can critique too much yet. I cannot even... I know I posted videos where I'm like, oh, well, for WoW people, hey, be aware of this, be aware of that. That's fair. I mean, I think it's fair. It's just me trying to prepare them to make sure that they are not disappointed or whatever, disheartened, like, I don't even know with what. I'm not gonna say Lalafell. Do not expect me to say Lalafell. I'm used to Lalafell now. Lalafell are lovely. Yeah. Yes, what else to talk about? You know, the popular topic of cat girls, bunny people, and all that kind of stuff. That is a very interesting adjustment for a person to see in the game, that fashion glam, as you call it, is actually front and center like this here in the game. It's a very healthy, I think, well balanced. I don't think it's distasteful. Like, I actually think, well, first of all, I'm not a prude. I'm a middle-aged man, but I'm not I'm not a prude, never have been. But in the game, seeing this kind of like such an investment into your appearance, such an investment into your glam, I actually think it's quite awesome. It's quite awesome. Not complaining, all right? Not complaining. Oh, Monk, you've been around since 1.0. What is that, 10 years? I mean, it doesn't surprise me because I have been for 10 plus years in World of Warcraft, so other people had to be somewhere as well, so that doesn't surprise me whatsoever. But it's really cool to talk to someone who actually has seen this for ages and ages. Alrighty, does anyone mind if I go another time? Because we happen to have a nice little conversation here, I think. And I need to level this job anyway, so I probably will do one more. If you have something in mind, by the way, if you have something in mind that you wanted to hear my perspective on, or you wanted to express something and whatever, go right ahead. Let's do it. Let's talk about it. Do I have any? Yes, I have something to appraise. Let's appraise. Let's appraise. Let's appraise. I had a few pieces of gear out of here for level 50. Level 50 gear. Oh, boom! Another one. Take a look at this. I mean, I understand there are other things that can be bought, that other kind of stuff, so item level 50 is like nothing, right? But this is hipster game. This is Asmongold in 5 years. Come on, man. That's just hilarious. You know what's disappointing? This is not the first piece of gear I have gotten appraised and got from Palace of the Dead. But I have not yet gotten anything for my caster. Take a look at this. Gladiator, Marauder, Paladin, Warrior, Dark Knight, and Gunbreaker. Please, just... why do I not get anything? Oh well. Let's go. Let's go, my people. Hello. 1111. Awesome game, awesome name. Yes, so let's talk about a little bit about, unless there are better suggestions of topic, let's talk a little bit about Final Fantasy XIV respecting our time. Well, I can only compare this to kind of extensively. I can compare and comment from the perspective of World of Warcraft, Blizzard Entertainment, and that kind of stuff. As far as respecting your time is concerned, I think there is a lot to do, and if you mean, and feel free to clarify this 1111, what you meant, if you mean that you feel like the game gives you a lot to do, a lot of pursuits that you can have, and you feel like you're being respected in terms of you pay for your time, you pay for your time in the game, you come into the game, and there's a lot for you to do. I 100% agree with you. I 100% agree with you. As far as World of Warcraft is concerned, in all honesty, I think it depends how long you've been in the game. And by that I mean that if you're new to World of Warcraft, and let's say if some of you veterans of Final Fantasy XIV, you hear from me and from others about toxicity in World of Warcraft compared to Final Fantasy XIV. That's true. That is all very, very true, okay? However, what's important is the fact that if you are only a beginner of World of Warcraft, let's say, you will also feel like there is a lot to do. You will also feel like there is a long journey ahead of you, not so much filler, not so much text, a lot of stuff is sort of streamlined, you can have reward, you can feel rewarded for your progress and getting, you know, getting your money's worth for time investment as well in World of Warcraft. The issue for me happens when you reach end game, because as a casual, not as a raider, not as a high-end mythic person, whatever, you run out of things to do, and that's where the game doesn't respect my time compared to possibly Final Fantasy XIV. That's on that topic. Now, RNG, let me catch up with the messages while I'm killing these things here. Let me just quickly catch up on the messages here. Yes, Frosta losing a roll of 98 to a 99. That is a pretty good luck at play there on both sides of people who are losing and then winning. Yep. System in the game to do a fashion report. Okay, fashion report at Golden Saucer, where you try to work out the weekly fashion that the NPC would like you to glam from hints. Goodness me. Goodness me, my friends. I have no idea what that is, what that means, how that works. And Golden Saucer, I unlocked it as part of the main story questline, but I literally walked in, took a look at the attendants there, and was like, I have no idea what this is. I thought at first when I walked in, not knowing anything, right, into Golden Saucer, I was like, this looks like a very fancy in-game shop built into the game. Like you go there to maybe spend real currency to buy something, maybe like cosmetic gear or something. I swear, like that's what I literally thought. But I need to at the moment, as you can see, like I have priority items. I need to figure out what jobs I'm gonna be leveling all the way through. Like I feel like in my limited amount of time, you know, I need to I have other things to do before I go back to Golden Saucer. Hello, Bio Violet. Alright, so here's my opinion on toxicity in WoW. Yes, you will encounter less toxicity by definition if you bring friends into the game. That's a short answer. Anywhere. World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy XIV, Path of Exile, wherever, Fortnite, wherever you go. By definition, because your social circle will already be quite massively filled by people who you know. So if you bring 2 friends to start World of Warcraft, in here light party is 4 people in here, right? Full party is 8 people. In World of Warcraft, general party / group that you will mostly experience in the dungeons is 5 people. That is a massive part of the game. Other than raids, those 5 people is what you will be dealing with. So if you bring 2 friends into a 5-man party, and if you and a friend choose to play most important jobs, tank or a healer, if either of you plays tank or a healer, then absolutely 100% you will not be immune to toxicity. There could be always some idiot in your group, right? Especially if it's a random match-made group, partially at least. Like there is you, there are 2 friends, but then there are 2 extra people added. But at the same time, imagine more than half of your group, you have predictability of behavior. You have people who you know, they're your friends. Well, of course you'll have less toxicity, generally. I think I caught pox, my friends. I think I caught pox and I'm dying. And I hate that. I hate that in Palace of the Dead. When those mimics do the pox thing, hate it. Let's see if there is anything to remove pox. Yes, thank you. Boom, removed. Excellent, lucky me. Lucky me. Hello, Gadala. Zazar Gian. Just catching up on the messages, my friends. Gear sets and legendaries. Yep, Ashes of Chaos. I just used one. I just used the Pomander and I removed the pox, which was wonderful. Pox absolutely sucks. Absolutely sucks. Can't even tell you how much it sucks. Because it keeps killing you for like, what, 9 minutes or something? Like, it's just... And before we know it, we're halfway through this run, which certainly our little chat makes it a little less repetitive and a little more fun, I suppose. So what time is it in your time zones, my friends, wherever you are? You could just post your local time if you feel like responding to this question, just so that I'm curious in this time of the day where I'm at right now. It would kind of give me a little bit of an idea of when my people are on the online. Because when I look at the analytics on YouTube, it suggests that majority of my audience, my people, they are actually on a lot later in the day for me, which is like practically midnight, practically at around midnight. So now is an odd time, which is why I was trying to test this during this low traffic time, kind of thinking that if it sucks, if the quality sucks. Oh my god, Monk, you need to be in bed, my friend. Oh, not too bad, Frosta, not too bad. For me, it is 4:34. So I'm 2 hours ahead of you, and ahead of Bio. Alright, we have quite a spread. Some people are night owls, really night owls, so I appreciate that you choose to spend it with me rather than sleep. Oh my god, what an honor. Hey Ray, good to see you, mate. Wow, we have Ray who has only 1:30 PM. Alright, fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, Jack. So many night owls, my goodness, people. There used to be lovely times of my life when I could be online at this hour, and next day, whatever. I was like, whatevs. Now these days it's slightly different. Hey Jakarta, how is my Indonesia doing? Like, mate, I have not been to Jakarta, but unsurprisingly for a lot of Australians, I will sound very cheesy, but I've been to Bali many times. It's a very lovely place, very close to my heart, and I know how much you guys are suffering there. I hope you're safe, Ray, and family as well. Because we honestly, we here in Australia, we probably cannot complain. Island nation, yes, there is a lockdown right now happening where I happen to be, but at the same time, compared to some parts of the world, this is nothing. This is nothing. You know what? I like these dudes. Did you see that Archdemon? I actually love the model of Archdemon. My probably least favorite model are those pots. You know how, like, palace pot, that. What is that? What is it? Like, come on. But those Archdemons, quite like them. Quite like them. Can imagine you would be in lockdown, Ray. Can imagine that night. Main thing is to stay safe. At least we have gaming, right? Another Archdemon coming. Come on, mate. What's going on? But we're close to the end, my friends. We're close to the end. I think after this, after we beat the boss, we will close off the stream. I'll reevaluate, kind of take a look at the recording of the stream, the quality of the stream, the voice, everything. I'll take a look at it, assess it critically, and probably schedule some more for you. US subscribers to my channel probably should see this on YouTube when the further streams are scheduled. So it would be lovely to get this crowd again going. Maybe we'll have some more topics of conversation happening. Oh, I get that, Frosta. Chilling in the game is probably one of the best things we can do these days. Oh, I'm under some affliction silence. Oh my goodness. Can't do anything. Oh, I hate it. Alright, well, I'll just run around. For some reason, some abilities work, some don't work. This is really weird. Hate that. As a summoner, I actually quite got used to my little Pokemon, the one that used to give me shield, you know, that one, Carbuncle, the Topaz Carbuncle, and now I'm using Ifrit. Ifrit is very good for DPS, but at the same time not as powerful for self-protection as the other ones. Oh, got a lot. That's an interesting point there. The Jai is based on Tsukomogami law. Love it. Love it, mate. Thank you. Very interesting. Okay, we're getting closer to the end, my friends. Getting closer to the end. The horseman, the headless horseman that nobody calls headless horseman, is gonna come and, you know, threaten us once again. Hello, Nebula Grey. Great question. I love Summoner. I started this little stream with talking about actually how I feel about generally Summoner classes in different games, in Path of Exile, in World of Warcraft, well, to a degree here as well. I do like Summoner. Here's what I don't like. Sorry, I will rephrase it. It's not about me not liking it. It's about what I think could have been done better. How about that? Is the fact that I already have seen about three different summonable things, and none of them is a tank. None of them is an equivalent of a Void Walker from World of Warcraft, when the tanking pet, basically the tanking demon. None of them are. This is my biggest disappointment. Like, why not give to a summoner a tanking pet? This is just what we need. Like, I do not get that. As far as other jobs are concerned, I have leveled Bard to 30. Tried it, it's okay. Reported on it, love it, it's nice, okay. Problem is, in solo play, no self-heal. No self-heal. I know there is a self-heal ability, name of which I forgot, yeah? But not enough. Not enough for me. I need either self-shielding, I need something that basically Summoner has given me more so. So I tried Bard. Bard is okay, but I'm leaning towards Summoner right now. Paladin right now is at 35. White Mage is right now at 52. White Mage is waiting. White Mage is... I'm sorry White Mages. White Mage is too boring. Boring, okay? And I kind of scratched the surface on Lancer. Hello, Miss Kirstili. Yes, testing the live stream capabilities, my friend. It's not something that I normally do. Total noob to streaming. My people here have been cheering me on, so that was nice. Thank you, everyone. Alright, so I need to catch up on some messages as I finish this run, and I was planning to wrap up the stream, but hang on, I'm gonna check on your messages, say proper goodbyes, because we're all polite people here, and then we will probably wrap up this test stream, and then I'll schedule a proper one. Alrighty. And I leveled up. Oh yeah. What am I, 34 now? My goodness. Gotta love Palace of the Dead. Okie dokie. So yeah, Nebula, that is all I've leveled so far. Lancer to like level 11 or something. Bard, Summoner, Paladin, White Mage. Reasonably impressed with all of them. Can see that all of them are, to an extent, very enjoyable classes in their own way. Oh, be your Violet. Respect to my healers, White Mages. I just found it a little boring. I'm sorry, a bit boring. Okay, let me catch up on your messages. What else is going on? Okie dokie. You prefer Gadala, you prefer Summoner class from Final Fantasy what? 11. Okay. Is there a Summoner rework coming in Endwalker? I haven't been catching up with all this. I need to catch up with all the news, so sounds like the Summoner. CB is saying that Summoners have been rumored to getting a rework because pet mechanics are kinda bogged. Okay. I'm yet to see Summoner in kind of full play so far. It's doing its job. I think they're doing their job. I just miss a tank. If they give me a tank, I'd be like a happy man, okay? Yeah, so rumors are good. The summons and Scholar's Fairies. Yes, Ray, I heard of Scholar's Fairies. Ah, they could be killed by AoE attacks. We don't want that to happen. We certainly don't want that to happen, okay? Thank you, Monk. Thank you, my friend. I think that if on your end it was coming through loud and clear, my voice is okay, generally the pace was okay for you. So this will be available as obviously published on the on the feed of YouTube as one of those past streams type of stuff. Feel free to keep commenting in the comments. I think comments will be still open like to a normal video. Maybe not. Let's take a look. If there is more to say, we will do that, but generally if you're happy with this, I'm gonna schedule some more streams, yes. Right, Nebula, so okay, that makes sense if utility summons are not available because it's already the highest raw DPS for non-melee jobs. That makes sense to me. Interesting. White Mage's Blood Magic, Frost Star says. Yes, I agree with that. It is funny. Alright, my friends. Hey, thank you for everyone who joined today. Genuine thanks, not cheesy thanks, not like and subscribe thanks, but more genuine thanks. Really appreciate all of your support. You didn't know it's happening. You were like, hey, Gyro is on, let me jump on. Really appreciate it. I probably will do a couple more of these tests. I enjoyed talking to you. It's just a little harder for me because I didn't know if I'll be like talking to myself here or will there actually be someone there to spend some time with like this. And it turned out to be a fairly successful test. I agree with you. That's why we'll wrap up. There are some more videos coming. Spoiler alert for everyone, but in this particular case, because you are the closer club now, I'm going to tell you a preview. So the next video that's coming in a couple of days, already scheduled, is where I'll be talking about end-to-end buying of Endwalker pre-ordering. Because when I wanted to pre-order Endwalker and I'm on free trial or was on free trial, I found a lot of confusing things like, do I need to just buy Endwalker and nothing else and stuff like that. I had to do some research. So I figured that maybe some other people are confused. Not you, obviously, but probably the World of Warcraft migrants are confused. So I put together a video where I end-to-end do the walkthrough. So that walkthrough is coming as a video for you. And some other stuff. Obviously, Summoner is being leveled right now. So there is probably going to be more of my impressions, more streams, more of that kind of stuff. Always talk to me in the comments. Jump on Discord. We have kind of blown the dust off the Discord today. Miss Kirstily was helping me with that a little bit. So if you feel like joining Discord, join Discord. Genuinely, I'm a lot more active in the comments. Yes, Miss Kirstily, I'm probably going to be doing more live streams, especially if majority of people agree here that this was all right. Wonderful, wonderful. Alrighty. What is their complaints about? I'm trying to still catch up on the messages in case you're wondering where is he looking. Yes, the common complaint on the confusing purchase. Yeah. So, well, look, hopefully the video will be actually helpful to people who are new to the game, because it was really not clear to me if from free trial I can just buy Endwalker and that's it. Short answer is no, you cannot do that. All right, so yeah, it is confusing, and hopefully videos like this will be clarifying things a little bit for people. Hey, I have to wrap this up. It's too fun to talk to you. Stop talking, everyone. All right, thank you very much, everyone, for joining today. I enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed this. It went for a lot longer than I thought it will, and hopefully it was time well spent.